Hey there, friends. Welcome to your weekly energy update. I've been traveling the last couple of weeks, so thank you for being patient with me while the energy updates have not been going out. I had a lovely, deep training and practice, and feel good to be back. So, the cards that we have for the week ahead are really highly indicative of what's sometimes called a minor conjunctio, which can show up. Sometimes we call it a minor conjunctio, sometimes like a soul infusion. It's a period in somebody's life where a larger chunk of your personality gets integrated into the whole. This can sometimes come with a good deal of bliss. Sometimes it comes with a bit of bumpiness or struggle. But at the end of the day, it's leading you to a deeper level of relationship with your higher intelligence, with yourself, with a greater integration of personality. So the first card for the week ahead is our Lovers card. And like I said, for some of you, this can mean a certain kind of unification internally, a coming together within yourself. There are elements of the Lover's card that can pose a question in one's life. Will you follow your heart? Will you follow the call that is coming from your deeper essential self? Or will you go a different direction, the direction that maybe culture or society or those around you are wanting you to follow? So sometimes this can show up as like a life choice moment. For some of you, this might be an indication of a love connection. However, what I'm seeing here is much more indicative of a deeper internal evolutionary process. The second card is the Death card. And the two of these coming together is why I'm bringing up this concept of the minor conjunctio, because when there's a deep union that can occur, when a deeper internal process happens inside of somebody, there are always going to be parts of ourselves, parts of our path, parts of the ways that we're living our life that will fall to the wayside, right? A death process. Anytime that there's a birthing process, there's also simultaneously a death process that is occurring, that is happening at the same time, because we're stepping into something new. We're choosing to follow a deeper path, or we are unifying something deep within us. And as a result, an old process starts to fall away. Now, one of the reasons that this is symbolized as a pretty intense card, right? This is in some decks, in some different tarot decks and some different pieces, they call it like transformation, or they call it, like change, so that it's not so scary. Well, the reason that it's representative of death is that it's representing something that is inevitable. There's nothing that we can do, regardless if the Pope is pleading with death for it not to happen. Death doesn't care. It's going to occur one way or another. Now, it doesn't have to be such a brutal, nasty thing. It's just a recognition that when something is transforming, it's transforming forever. When we are going through a growth process, we grow into a new phase. The previous phase is no longer accessible. So that's why the Death card is represented as the Death card, rather than like, ooh, transformation or like change or something like that. It's like, no, this is real change, real transformation. There is an element of creative spark spiraling around this week as well. You can see the fire that's in the background of the Lover's card, and your final card here is the Ace of Wands, which sometimes can be representative of almost like a Kundalini style energy, an expansion energy, which is more reason why I'm speaking to this minor conjunctio, this soul infusion that sort of comes forward when something is let go of that has been hindering us, or is an old cycle or an old pattern. The Ace of Wands is representative of like raw creative energy. You could experience like a burst of new energy this week. Now, this can be a little bit destabilizing if we haven't fully let go of, or we haven't fully allowed ourselves to sort of fall into this state of coherence. And the Ace of Wands doesn't necessarily say where that energy is going. So there could be some new creative pulses, movement, energy, but where it's taking you and how it's going to lead this next phase of your life, you may not know yet. And my recommendation with this type of movement that's happening here is give yourself a lot of room to be in the process of change, to be in the process of both the letting go as well as what's new and starting to emerge. The mind wants to grab hold of it immediately and go, oh, this energy must be going in this direction, or, ooh, I'm feeling very excited, and maybe it's about this. And then we sort of glob onto things. And that's a little bit of the residual energy of a previous pattern, right? We've known what we're doing. We know who we are. We know our process and experience. Well, when there's a bigger letting go, and there's a sometimes it's called absorption in some of the Buddhist and Vedantic traditions, where we're being absorbed into a higher state of who we are for a period of time. We don't know. And that is us letting go and sort of bowing down to the process of life heading in a particular direction that is out of our purview for now, even though the smaller self will want to grab hold of an identity or a direction or whatever it may be. So my recommendation is to give yourself a lot of room this week and in the coming weeks around where it is that this next phase is leading you. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. It's good to see you again. You'll be getting more videos from me in the coming weeks as we ramp things up. The month of December, I'm going to thematically be looking at relationship and love. So I'm looking forward to tuning in with those of you that are in the community with me, and tuning in with those of you that want to hop on board for some one-on-one work. So take good care. I look forward to connecting soon. Bye.